Does Costco actually offer healthy snack options? I'm dedicated to helping people look and feel their best by providing them with healthier food choices. Today, we're going to go inside Costco and check out all the snacks. All right, so this is a great option. This is not only organic, obviously it's non-GMO. Anything that is organic, by the way, is always going to be non-GMO, but not vice versa. So when I look on the back here, we're looking for no like extra oils or anything like that. It literally just has avocados, organic avocados, and sea salt. That is exactly what you want. I think this is a great option for people on the go. Definitely a healthy fat choice for putting on, you know, maybe like some veggies and stuff like that. That's what I would actually pair this with. This is interesting. I've actually never seen this before, but from the outside, it looks like it's going to be really good. Let's take a look at the ingredients and see what they've got here. Antibiotic-free chicken breast, and they've got tapioca starch. Then it starts to go downhill from here. More and more ingredients that you don't want to see in there. Natural flavors, which by the way are not natural. Smoke flavor, not natural. A lot of deceit here. None of this is something that I would consider a healthy option. So this would be something that would be considered ultra processed. A lot of the times when you look on the ingredients or you look on the front here, it could be very deceiving because they put all the stuff that is enticing to people to make them buy it without even trying to look and turn around on the back. Like they've even got like 10 grams of protein, but I can tell you right now that for the amount of calories, 170 calories, 10 grams of protein. I mean, you could actually eat a chicken breast with less calories and more protein. So definitely skip these and just opt for freaking chicken. I wasn't gonna go over this, but I'm just gonna do it because this is a very hot topic right now. And I know a lot of people are trying to choose healthier options for drinks. This. There's actually a couple different brands here. There's Olipop and then there's some other brand. They're both really hot right now. Like everybody's like jumping to these because they're boasting 9 grams of fiber and only 2 to 5 grams of sugar. I like how they have like a variance in here. I guess it's just depending on the actual flavor itself. So let's actually take a look at what's really in here. So you've got carbonated water. And by the way, you can tell what something is most in the ingredients if whatever's listed first. So in other words, carbonated water is going to be what it mostly is. And then you have cassava root, and chicory root, which is going to be an artichoke as well, which is also going to be, that's like their form of fiber. But then right after that, take a look and they've got cassava root syrup, apple juice concentrate, natural root beer flavor, not really a thing. This is going to be ultra processed. They have, of course, burdock root, that's fine, stevia leaf. Stevia is very processed these days. I mean, especially if it's in like a liquid form, it's best to have something that is a little bit more pure. And then notice that they have natural vanilla flavor. The reason why they can't put vanilla extract is because it's not vanilla extract. This is chemically altered, and so it's kind of weird, right? They have stuff that says that it's good for your gut microbes because it's got fiber, but they have gut irritants like chemicals in here. So I would actually just avoid this. You can easily get fiber just by eating whole food sources. So things like beans, whole grains, things like that. So I would skip this, and you could easily make like your own, like it's so easy to have like carbonated water and just put like some lemon juice in there and things like that. So I would actually skip this. We're gonna go over to the other aisle, like where the nuts are, because I feel like nuts are really a good option for snacking, but you do wanna make sure that you're not having too much of them, but they are definitely a good source. They're a healthy source of fat. And then depending on the nut, you can get a pretty hefty amount of protein, but just keep in mind that this is gonna be mostly a fat source. So you wanna pair it with something else like a carb and a protein. So let's go take a look at them. All right. So There are, and let me just say this too. I want to make sure that everybody knows that one of the most important things is that while we are talking about snacks and things like that, you still want to make sure that things are nutrient dense, because everything that we're putting into our bodies absolutely matters. And something that you're having on a daily basis, or even just like a weekly basis, you want to make sure is good quality. So on here, this is just what it is. You want to look for basically there's any extra added oils. And with something like this, you either, if it's like roasted, it's going to be roasted and maybe even salted. So you might even see a little bit of salt in there, but that should be it. And these are unsalted. And so literally just organic walnuts. This is actually a great snack to have. There's actually 5 grams of protein per 4th cup. Now they are a higher calorie nut if you guys are counting calories out there. So just keep in mind with something like this, you want to pair this with something else. So maybe like, some apple slices with a small handful of these would be a great snack and wouldn't actually put you, over in your actual calorie intake. They also have organic pine nuts, which are great. This is great for other recipes as well. Let's see what else they have here. I think we're gonna go over to, we're gonna kind of scan through the aisles and see what they have. Now, someone did request me to talk about breads, so I figured I'd include that in our kind of snack segment here at Costco. So we're gonna head over, believe the bread is in the next aisle over. Okay, everybody loves Dave's bread. So Dave's bread, now this one in particular, this one is a little bit higher in sugar. I'm very familiar with this because we do occasionally get this in our household. Now, keep in mind that there are different things that make something ultra processed. This is fortunately not in the ultra processed category, but it is in the processed category, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. That just means that they've crushed and ground up wheat and things like that. So there's a process that goes on. There's flours involved, but I do like that this is organic and they use whole grains. This also, for those that are counting calories, this is a higher calorie bread. And they do have, the good thing is that they do have a good amount of protein, but again, it does come at a higher calorie. So in here, there's absolutely nothing that would make this ultra processed. They've got a lot of really good ingredients in here, but again, with something like this, I would just make sure you're aware that this is not going to be super nutrient dense for the amount that you need. Like there's a lot going on here. You've got 5 added sugars. So this would be something that I would have in moderation. And to be quite honest with you, there are obviously way worse options. I'm gonna show you guys, we're gonna take a look at a couple other breads. And I know that they have, the good thing is, so Dave's bread actually has a couple different varieties. They have one that is lower in sugar, and so I would actually look out for that one, but this is definitely a really good brand. So they do care about like the type of ingredients that goes in here. They do also have another one right here, and this one, so the deal with this one is thin sliced. And so they do have, they have a little less protein. Obviously, the calories is gonna be a little less calorie dense, but it's pretty much the same thing. Like if I look on here, the ingredients are really not bad. I mean, I really don't have anything bad to say. I personally get what's called Ezekiel bread, and you can get that in like your frozen food section at, a lot of like the grocery stores. They also have this one. So they have they have sprouted grains. It's all dependent on what exactly you're looking for. But these are not bad choices. It's just that I wouldn't tend to make that the main focus on, like when you're eating, like if you were to have maybe like a couple slices, here and there, but to have it like as an everyday staple, like every day for lunch, it's always good to have variation and more whole food sources in your diet. But just to compare like the ingredients in here, and I'm gonna show you something pretty horrific. Actually, we could probably just take a look at this. So, okay, this right here, honey wheat, sounds like it's gonna be amazing. And if you look, there's like a lot of people actually buy this. Let's take a look and see what's on here though. Okay, we've got unbleached but enriched flour, which is ultra processed. And then, yeah, just a lot of it. We've got synthetic vitamins in here, which automatically is gonna mean that they're ultra processed as well. Soybean flour, calcium sulfate, not good, monocalcium phosphate, soy lecithin, so preservatives, all of these scream ultra processed. So if you want to have a bread on occasion, something that's better quality, I would actually go for the Dave's bread if you must choose something at Costco. All right, we are going to, and obviously I do want to say this, there's a whole section over here. Let's take a look at these Aussie Bites, because there are some snacks. I can usually pinpoint which ones are good and which ones are bad. I know a lot of people like the Aussie Bites. So let's take a look and see. I like to first look, before I do anything, I like to take a look at what it mostly consists of between protein, fats, and carbs. And we have, and also sugars, so total 7 sugars. On a regular basis, I would not choose something like this just because of the higher added sugars that it has in here. But let's take a look at the ingredients and see what they have first. So they have the label right here, which means that there's a little room, by the way. So, and that's the difference. If you have green label versus black label, green label is going to give you a little bit more room. So they have a little bit more wiggle room. Everything in here doesn't have to be organic, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. So they can get away with some stuff. All right, so we've got organic rolled oats. We've got organic oat flour. Okay, and so now the third ingredient is sugar. So that's organic invert cane sugar. And by the way, sugar, if it's organic, it's still sugar. It's still sugar, so it still acts the same way. And then you've got organic dried apricots, and then you've got organic expeller pressed canola oil. Yeah, red flag right here. Organic raisins, okay. I mean, unsalted butter, we're gonna go down the list here. So they use vanilla extract, which I like to see. But again, the third ingredient on this is sugar. So there's so many great things that you can do at home. I feel like this, I mean, for, what is this? Yeah, for $11.49, I don't know. I feel like you could honestly spend that and just make something way healthier and actually get more out of it. So I personally would skip this. I think this can be a little bit deceiving just because it says organic, and I think that's another common misconception is people think that because it's organic, it automatically means it's healthy, or it automatically means that it's not ultra processed. But unfortunately, there is such a thing as ultra processed and organic at the same time. So just something to look out for. Let's take a look and see what else they got right here.
I know, right? How are you all?
All right, so we are going to, let's take a look at these. These are organic, all right? So again, organic, so that kind of that's really what gets a lot of people, especially when they're trying to be healthy. So we're gonna take a look and see if these are actually something that you should be having on a regular basis. And I just wanna say this, of course, there are way worse things to have. So I don't want people to think that these are like the devil or anything like that. Clearly they're not. But the goal here is to help you, just inform you, so this way you can make better, healthier decisions for yourself. And the problem is not the problem is what happens is when we make these food choices, because a lot of them do contain sugar, it can add up really quickly. And so that's when you have like issues like where people are, you know, they're relying on these snacks and trying to lose weight at the same time and not knowing that these things are really adding up and causing, you know, too much sugar causes inflammation. And again, this is not a fear-based video. Like, I freaking have snacks every now and then. I'll go out to eat. Like, let's be real here, right? But the goal is like the everyday type of thing. This is for the person that's trying to be super healthy, that, you know, is health conscious, and that maybe you have some fitness goals and maybe you're struggling. Maybe you know, you're wondering, well, why is it something that I'm eating? So that's kind of like where I come in. So we're gonna look on here and see. Second ingredient I can tell you right now is sugar. Organic gluten-free. Oh, it sounds so amazing, right? Because they're gluten-free. But then you've got brown sugar, and then you've got more sugar, and then you've got palm oil, and then you've got more sugar, and then you've got, yeah, this is literally going down a road that you just don't want to stay on. So you can choose a much. Have an apple. You can have an apple. You can put a little bit of nut butter on it. You could even drizzle a little bit of like some nice raw honey on it. That would be a much better option than something like this. Even a date with a little bit of peanut butter and some dark chocolate stuffed inside, which is a delicious, simple, easy snack that's also cheaper than this. I would actually opt for something like that. So we're gonna skip these. All right, let's see what else we have here. And I'm purposely targeting the stuff that's labeled healthy. Organic, everything bagel chips. I gotta tell you, I grew up in New York. I freaking love bagels. I love everything bagels. So this kind of drew my attention. And Black Label Organic, okay? So that already means that they're more strict, but looks can be deceiving. So we're gonna turn this around and we're gonna take a look and see. Okay. Canola oil. Soybean, it's a cheap oil. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with this. So, and then look at it this way too. Look at, if you look, you can tell like what it, so yeah, so we've got, it's mostly fat. Let's see where the carbohydrate, yeah, actually I take that back. It's 11 grams right there of carbohydrates. You've got 1 sugar, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, to be quite honest with you, you could literally take a slice of Ezekiel bread, or even like, there's other healthier bagel options, and maybe we'll do another video about that, but you could take like a little Ezekiel bread and you could put some everything but the bagel seasoning on it. You know, they sell that pretty much everywhere these days, and do something different. So get creative. I mean, I feel like something like this would be kind of like a waste of money. There really isn't any nutrients in this. So I would actually skip this, especially if you're trying to get into shape and you're struggling. Just opt for something better. Let's go. We're gonna check. There's like a huge snack option in Costco, and I think it's that way. That's like kind of where like the proteins are and stuff like that. So let's head up that way. Wait, I just spotted something. This reminds me of that famous, what is it? What is that bar with the chocolate and the coconut? Almond Joy. Yeah, it reminds me of friggin' Almond Joy. I mean, I'm drawn to this because of that, but let's just see. It says organic, non-GMO, dairy-free. Okay, let's see what we got here. Coconut, cassava syrup, more sugar, an emulsifier, more sugar. sunflower lecithin. Why? Why do they have to do that? Why can't they just put vanilla extract? Organic, natural vanilla, but not really natural. So again, I think, and it's not, here's the thing. Every now and then, sure, why not? But if you're really focusing on your health and you're not where you need to be, or you're just someone that wants to remove the processed foods from your diet, like the ultra processed foods, I mean, something like this, it's really easy to just make your own. I mean, unshredded, no, not unshredded, but unsweetened shredded coconut is actually cheap. It's gonna be cheaper than this, and you can actually get much more out of it. So I would skip this. I mean, like I said, there's worse options, but again, this is for the person that wants to maybe improve and just make better food choices. And stuff like this will really add up. I would even say, like, get some dark chocolate, get some like 85% dark chocolate. That's like the good stuff. That's the stuff with the antioxidants in it. That is the stuff that I like. I like to have a little piece of dark chocolate with my coffee in the morning. It satisfies my cravings. And if I want something on occasion, I'll do my little date and nut butter and dark chocolate trick. And that's like, it's like a freaking candy bar. So yeah, let's head over to the snacks now. We're gonna check it out. I am automatically drawn to these because peanut butter, chocolate, why wouldn't you be drawn to this? 1 cup is 6 carbohydrates, 5 grams of fat, 2 grams of protein. It's a total of 2 sugars, so that means the 2 added sugars. And we're gonna take a look and see what it has in it. So it's got peanut butter. And they actually can't, if it's not true peanut butter, they can't label it peanut butter. And that's another trick too. If you go to like the nut aisle or the nut butter aisle, and then you look at like peanut butter, it can only say peanut butter if it's truly peanuts. But if it's something else, then they have to label it as spread. So they've got real peanut butter in here. They've got unsweetened chocolate. I like that. Coconut butter, great. Cane sugar. Now, the only thing I will say on this is this organic? Because if that might matter to some people, and this is not organic. So this is, you know, again, this is not like a fear-based type of video. So, I mean, if organic is something that, you know, you're not like focusing on, that's perfectly fine. For me, I would probably just skip this, but that's just me. I feel like I'm just like one of those people that likes to make a lot of stuff myself, but I feel like there's also way worse things, and I don't really see any harm with having one of these every now and then. It's what you have consistently on a weekly, like every single week. So like, just to give you an example, if you're going out to eat every single week and you're having burgers, the same like burgers and like those French fries fried in really bad oil, but you're having it even just once, but every single week, that's considered a consistent part of your diet. So like I said, having something like this every now and then, I really honestly, you're not gonna keel over and die, okay? So something like this is okay. But just note, like I said, it's not organic, but there are worse options. All right, let's see what other, mixed nuts. So that's great. They've got a lot of mixed nuts in here, organic. That's good to see. Always check though. I'm gonna see if I find something organic, and we're gonna take a look at the back and see like what that consists of, because you wanna look for like processed, like anything processed, right? Any type of like bad oils. There really shouldn't be that stuff in there. So this is labeled organic, right? This actually looks really good. Chili lime, flavored cashews? That kind of scares me. So let's take a look. What do we have here? Organic, okay, good. Seasoning, which is salt, citric acid, organic vinegar powder, organic, maltodextrin. I'm not a fan. This is actually, maltodextrin is actually really bad for you. In fact, There was a recent study, I did a YouTube video on this as a matter of fact, where they showed that maltodextrin actually does alter gut microbiota. So I wouldn't, just by looking at this right now, I can tell you that I would skip this. And there's even more maltodextrin in here. There's even more maltodextrin in here. Yeah, no, sunflower oil, or sugar. Although I really wanted to love these. I really did. I really wanted to. These looked so good, but I would not eat these myself. I can't with a good conscience say that I would pick these up. I think not only, you already know what I'm going to say, not only can you make something like this, but there's definitely other options out there. So, and there's also like organic seasoning, like chili lime seasoning. I think you could do yourself. You could put a little bit of olive oil and bake some nuts yourself. I mean, there's really so many other great options out there. So I am going to put these back, but we're going to check out some other options. And what I like to do is I like to pick like the less obvious stuff. I think, when we're looking at like, obviously M&Ms with their dyes, and that is not a good option. That's not what I would pick. And I think at this point, at this stage, I think we know that that's not a great option. So I'm targeting the things that are labeled as healthy to see if they're actually really healthy, or is it some sort of marketing thing. And this is just so people can make better decisions. I mean, if you're a health conscious person, I think it's important to know what your options are. And so this way you can be more educated about your health and everything. So we're gonna check out, these are unsalted and unroasted, which means that these should just be organic cashews. And they are. No added oils, just organic cashews. So this is great. I love both. I love salted cashews and I love unsalted, but these are great because you can do so much with them. You can actually salt them and bake them yourself. So I would definitely get something like this. What is this? Is this marketed as health? Let's see here. No, I don't see anything there. What about, oh, look at this. Simply Fuel protein balls. So for those that care about organic, it is not organic. So if you care about organic, it's not organic. And let's see what it has in it though. So it's got gluten-free oats, honey. So the second ingredient is sugar, or peanut butter, chocolate chips with sugar, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter, sunflower, lecithin, vanilla, whey protein. Not really that impressive, but I do want to say this. This is not the worst thing out there, okay? And something like this, no, you're not going to die. You're not going to friggin' shed 20 years off your life. These are not horrific. But would I have this on like an everyday basis? No. I mean, but it's also, you also got to keep in mind that it's literally, so it's 8 grams for 2 of these. For 2 of these, look at this. For 2 of these, you get 8 grams of protein and also 8 grams of fat, and then also 25. I mean, for 2 of these, you could actually eat so much more and feel full. Like this, I can tell you right now, 2 of these would literally make me hungry. Like it would spike my blood sugar and it would make me want more freaking food. So with something like this, like, no, I'm just not, but that's just me. But full disclosure here, could be worse things, right? But just as for me, I wouldn't buy it. But all right, let's check out and see what else they have here. Maybe we'll go over here and check out. I want to see if they have any like bars or anything like that. Brazil nuts, great, organic. What do they have in here? I love Brazil nuts. They're just so freaking huge. Just organic whole Brazil nuts. So, but just keep in mind, guys, 9 of these will run you about 20 grams of fat. So just just something to keep in mind. Not that this is bad, but it is very fat dense. We're gonna take a look at these. These are actually good, but I do want to check the ingredients. So these are sprouted. So the whole idea of sprouted, I actually just recently sprouted some beans, by the way, the other day. You can sprout beans, you can sprout seeds, and what it does is it brings out the enzymes and also makes it not only easier to digest, but it makes it more nutrient dense. So I am actually very impressed with the ingredients on this. This would 100%, I would eat this all friggin' day. Black Label Organic. So we've got organic sprouted pumpkin seeds and sea salt. Keep it simple and it's gonna be so much better. Very limited ingredients. This would be something I would like sprinkle on my oat bran in the morning. I would put this on my Greek yogurt. There's literally so much you could do with it. I love to see stuff like this because this type of thing is very, very nutrient dense. A lot of vitamins and minerals in here. We've got potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, zinc, copper. I mean, calcium, so many good things in here. So this would definitely be like one of my top choices. All right, so let's take a look and see what else we've got here. A lot of nuts. I mean, there's a lot of nuts here, which is great. You just got to know what to choose. I think sometimes it can be kind of tricky. I'm trying to look to see if they have any like protein bars or anything like that. Let's see. Look at these. These look fun. Nature's Garden Organic. So these are little trail mixes, and these look, I love the concept of this because they're small and you could just pop them in, like even like your kids' lunches, your lunch, your whatever, keep them in the car, as long as it's not in friggin' Texas and you're gonna melt everything all together here. But what do we have in here? Oh, here we go. They're each separate. Okay, so organic cranberries, okay. Organic sugar, we're gonna take a look at the sugar content in a second. But it is the second ingredient in this. Organic sunflower oil, pepitas, which are just the pumpkin seeds, organic walnuts, organic dry roasted almonds, organic Brazil nuts, and these all pretty much have the same thing. Now, sugar on these, 10 grams, 9 grams, 10 grams. I feel like, I mean, I hate to say this, but yes, there are worse things out there. But do we really need, 10 grams of sugar? I don't know. If you're trying to lose weight and you want to eat healthier, there's so many better things that have less sugar that are gonna fill you up. And even making your own trail mix is gonna probably be a smarter option. While I love the concept of these, and while they're not like freaking awful, they do have a pretty hefty amount of sugar in them. So I would probably, if you're very conscious of like your sugar intake and you are trying to lose weight and you're struggling, I would probably skip these and opt for something else. There's so many different options in Costco where you saw all the nut options, right? You could buy some raisins, you could buy some dried apricots, even dried cherries, like tart cherries, those would be even healthier. And just buy the nuts here and you could easily make something just as nutrient dense. And actually, how much are these? These are, I don't even know if they say on here, 12, what are we looking at here? I don't even see the price. Do you see the price of these? I don't know. Nature's, oh, there it is. $12.99. Yeah, you could buy more nuts and make your own and also have way less sugar. So yeah, if you're trying to choose a less sugary option, you can make your own. We're gonna pop over here. I think there's like one more section and we'll check that out. I am skipping over the obvious here. Like, all of this stuff clearly. Dark chocolate coconut mini bars. Let's check it out. They're non-GMO. So while they're not organic, they're non-GMO. And this is kind of what they do. So they say less sugar. It says it's 51% less sugar than the leading brand, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're amazing until we turn it around and we find out. Okay, so total sugar's 3. Okay, could be worse. And then the ingredients is organic coconut, organic cassava syrup, so that's sugar. And you have to keep in mind, this is a chocolate product. Anytime you're dealing with chocolate, because this is kind of like I wouldn't consider this like snacking like on like your trail mix or anything like that, you know, or nuts. This has got dark chocolate, cane sugar, cocoa butter, vanilla. But I'm looking on here, and like I said, it could be worse. It definitely could be worse. This would be something that I would say is okay every now and then. So this is really, it could definitely, there's a lot of things that really 100% could be worse, like this. All right, let's take a look and see if we have anything else marketed as healthy.
Oh, really? Thank you. Thank you for that. That's good to know.
I'm trying to see if we have anything. We might have, I think we're going into the bar section finally. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look and see what looks like it's going to be. So, I don't know if people still are marketed as, I know that when Kind bars originally came out, they were like marketed as like these health bars, right? But, yeah, no. These are like really bad. I would not even consider these, not even like, I wouldn't even say they're not that bad. They're pretty friggin' bad. Glucose syrup, sugar, honey, palm kernel oil. I mean, that's the second ingredients, look at all the second ingredients. It's peanuts and then tons of sugar. And then soy. Natural flavor, tapioca starch. No, these are not even, no, just skip it. We're gonna find something better. We're gonna find you guys a better protein or a better bar option. Where are they? Where are the bars here that we would consume? I'm trying to find you guys something. Is there anything at Costco that we would eat besides that? I'm looking for you guys. True Bar, let's try the True Bar. I don't know if there's anything on the other aisle, but we're gonna try, what is this? I can already tell you no. That's a shame. Tapioca fiber, cassava. I mean, yeah, they're like pea protein, sugar, palm oil, natural flavors. No. And you also, it's not just like, don't just look at the ingredient list, look at like the nutrients and stuff like that in there. So like what are you getting in this? That would be something too. Like, you know, I love to look at and see, well, how much protein is in this, and then compare the protein to like the fat and the carbs. That would be something you would look at too. So if you ever want to tell if something's like, and I mentioned this in a few of my videos, if you ever want to tell if something is mainly a protein source or mainly a fat source, which are like the two very common sources, a lot of people tend to get them mixed up. What does it have most in it? If it has like peanut butter, an example, a lot of people think, well, peanut butter, yeah, it's a good protein source. Peanut butter is going to be mostly fat. Yes, there's a good amount of protein in it, but it is mostly fat. So it's treated as a fat source with a good amount of protein. So something that you would add on top to add just a little bit more protein. That would be how you would treat those things. So yeah, so we would skip this. I was really hoping that I would show you guys some sort of, we can look at the Cliff Kids. People do love these. I used to eat some Cliff bars back in the day. But what do they have in these? I haven't had a Cliff bar in years, guys. It says organic. So let's look at the sugar content. 10, 10, 11, not impressed. And oat blend. So we've got the whole rolled oats, the oat flour, the oat fiber, the tapioca, the fig paste, that's sugar. Sugar. Soybean oil, not impressed. More sugar, more sugar. Natural flavors, eh. More soy. Not really impressed with this. So yeah, something like this, honestly, you can make something much healthier. And I feel like also with all of the options here at Costco, you can actually kind of like build your own and customize your own stuff. So like there's a lot of good healthy nuts here and things like that. And you know, I would just get creative, but for the amount that you're paying, with the amount that you're getting, you can honestly group a couple of things together here at Costco and just like make your own stuff for sure. But I don't want to leave anything out. I want to see if there's anything that like catches my eye health-wise. Now I know that they used to have these bars, but I don't actually see them anymore. I am gonna check over here, but I don't think so. This, I can tell you already, too much sugar. I don't see anything over there. No. Nutri-Grain, absolutely not. So organic apple filling, which is gonna be your, so look at this. This is deceiving. So it says, this is gonna be your main ingredients right here. They use organic apple filling, but the actual main ingredient is actually organic brown rice syrup, and then apple puree, and then more sugar. So the very first ingredient in this, the most in here, is sugar. And you can tell that again by looking at the order. It's gonna have the most of whatever's in here, and then it kind of trickles down to what it least has in there. So that's kind of like a little trick. So yeah, so this is actually mostly sugar. So, and it's got 12 grams, and that just shows you right there. It's also only 2 grams of protein. So yeah, definitely skip something like this. Beef sticks, what are grass-fed beef sticks? These literally were just kind of laying around here. These look so, let's see here. We've got grass-fed beef. What we don't know, are these grass-fed grain finished? Are these grass-fed grass finished? You just don't know. So honestly, I'm not really a fan of something like this. I mean, I know some people are. I'm sure there's probably worse that you could get. But I mean, like I said, there's, just full disclosure here, there is worse than you can get than this. I get it. You know what? This is obviously not going to freaking kill you. But would this be something that I would get and I would recommend to people? No. But it's not something that's, you're not going to die. So just something to keep in mind. Let's check one other section. No, ultra processed. Ultra processed. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. I don't know if we went over here. I think that about wraps it up. Let me double check here. Yeah, I wouldn't consider, these are like meal replacements. I think what I'll do is next time we might cover like all of these meal replacement type things and really dive deep into all of the protein powder options or protein drink options. But hopefully this helps you guys out. There's really, the whole name of the game here is like, whole foods. You can make a lot of your own stuff, but you can buy ingredients here to build up and make your own snacks that are that are not only cheaper in the long run, but they're going to be better for you. And you also saw that there really is a lot of really great options here, but you just got to know what to look for. And so I really hope that this helped you kind of like be able to read ingredients better and just make better decisions next time you come here.